In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna teach you 5 science-backed strategies to turn your ancient lizard brain from a burden into the secret sauce of your success.
Wait! What are you doing? You're not gonna tell them about the pancake strategy, right? Hello?
We like to think of ourselves as rational, logical beings. We have 5-year plans, we use Notion, we track our macros, but deep inside your skull sits your lizard brain, the Basal Ganglia, a wrinkly, paranoid survivalist who's been in charge for the last 500 million years.
And that's why we haven't been eaten by a hawk yet. You're welcome.
See, while you're in the middle of a business meeting trying to explain why your plan will boost the company's ROI 300%, your primitive inner lizard has other priorities, like frantically scanning the room looking for predators or wondering why you haven't stored any body fat for the winter yet. This evolutionary mismatch leads to overreactions, irrational assumptions, and annoying distractions. That's why most people try to fight that part of their brain, but that only leads to struggle and internal war. I have a better solution though. The following 5 strategies will let you hack the power of your inner rectal, and once you do, you'll become unstoppable. You know that feeling before a big moment? The racing heartbeat, the cold sweat, the trembling hands? That is your lizard brain hitting the panic button. It doesn't know you're just giving a speech or asking for a raise. It thinks you're about to fight for your life, or even worse, that you're about to get eaten by something with very large teeth. You can try taking deep breaths and telling yourself to relax all you want, but the more you tell your inner lizard to calm down, the more it panics.
Relax? We're about to become lunch. We gotta run. Come on, fire that adrenaline. We need more energy.
So instead of fighting that response, reframe it. Wipe your sweat, look at your trembling hands and tell yourself, yes, this is good. I'm excited. Because by labeling the sensation as excitement instead of anxiety, you aren't fighting the adrenaline rush, you're redirecting it instead. And suddenly you aren't nervous, and that trembling hand isn't a sign of weakness anymore. You're like a Ferrari idling at a red light. You're pumped up and ready to go. So you're telling the lizard, thanks for the extra energy, buddy. We're gonna make great use of it because today we aren't the prey. We are the ones with the teeth. Just like that, the same energy and primal reaction that could have paralyzed you turns into fuel for your success and pushes you into action. 1 strategy down, 4 more to go. Your inner lizard is constantly looking around the tribe to see who the leader is, so it can determine your rank in the room. The reptilian logic is simple. Big things are powerful and scary, small things are snacks.
Look, that guy over there has a very expensive watch. He must be the alpha. Let's hunch over so he doesn't think we're challenging him, okay?
This is the prey reflex, and it's dooming your chances to grow. When we feel insecure, we naturally shrink. We cross our arms, protecting our soft underbelly, and we hunch over, making ourselves a smaller target. Your brain then floods your system with cortisol, the stress hormone, to keep you in victim mode so you stay quiet and safe. But while folding yourself into a paperclip and avoiding eye contact is a great way to stay out of trouble, it's not gonna do much for your career. Paperclips don't get promotions, and they certainly don't lead teams. And unfortunately, once you get in that victim frame of mind, you cannot think yourself back into a feeling of confidence, but you can posture yourself into it instead. The hack is the 2-minute expansion. Before I walk into a meeting, I find a private space and I stand like a starfish. Feet wide, arms extended above my head in a V, and I take up as much space as I possibly can. Try it. I mean, you'll feel like a total idiot, sure, but after 2 minutes, your neurochemistry actually shifts. Your testosterone goes up, your cortisol drops, and your inner lizard gets the memo. You own this territory. You are the alpha, and everyone else in the room, they are the snacks. Just like that, your inner lizard puffs up and you'll walk into that room like Genghis Khan with the confidence and the presence of the apex predator. But all that confidence is useless if you can't actually get the work done. This is where the 3rd strategy shines, and it's so simple that it will blow your mind. You see, your lizard brain doesn't understand long-term goals. It lives now in the present and sees any effort without an immediate reward as a waste of perfectly good calories.
Yes, that's why you should stop talking and sit on the sofa. Come on, let's eat those salty triangles you bought the other day.
So, when you feel your brain turn off the moment you open a spreadsheet, it's not because you're lazy. It's just that your inner lizard doesn't see that work as a productive task and is urging you to conserve energy instead. If you try to ignore it, you'll struggle to keep your focus and attention, and you'll end up dragging the task forever. But there is a better way, a way to get the lizard to work for you. It's the pancake strategy. The core idea is simple. If you want your lizard brain to help you with your difficult human tasks, you need to offer a proper lizard reward, a bribe. So identify a dopamine hit your primal brain craves. It doesn't need to be a pancake, it could be a TikTok scroll, a short walk around the office, or listening to a song. And tie that reward to a specific and time-limited task. Because when you set a visible finish line and a clear reward, you trigger the dopamine-led hunt instinct of your lizard brain, and all of a sudden, you're not grinding anymore. You are in hunt mode and all in, fully focused, and the work is just a breeze. Even better, this effect stacks up, and over time, the lizard brain starts to associate work with reward rather than with boredom, sending your productivity through the roof. The next strategy will shock you. What if I told you that your lizard brain can become your best security consultant? We've all been there. You meet someone, perhaps a new business partner, a prospective employee, or a new friend, and on paper they seem perfect. They look the part, they're saying the right things, asking the right questions, and yet your stomach keeps doing somersaults.
Nope! I don't trust this guy. He's sketchy. I think he's trying to steal our cave.
Your lizard brain is screaming to back away, to abort. But most of us ignore our inner lizard because we want to be rational. We've been told to trust our reason. Look, I've ignored this feeling before, especially during my startup days, and let me tell you something, every single time I regretted it. I can tell you how many times I've let my logic override that primal heebie-jeebie feeling, only to find out 6 months later that the person was indeed a nightmare to work with. Here's the thing. Even though you cannot explain it logically, your lizard brain isn't jumping to conclusions out of thin air. It's actually a supercomputer for pattern recognition. It's thin slicing micro-expressions, tone shifts, and body language that your conscious mind is simply too slow to catch. And it's actually pretty good at it. I mean, it's been reading the room for 500 million years to make sure the guy offering you magic berries isn't actually trying to lure you into a pit. So trust your intuitive friction and give your lizard brain a seat at the board table. If your gut says no, despite all logical signs pointing to yes, hit the pause button. Your lizard brain isn't being emotional, it's detecting a glitch in the pattern that your eyes haven't seen yet. So take a harder look and proceed with caution. I've saved the best for last. This final strategy will give you the ultimate tool to crush procrastination. Finally, to make the most of your lizard brain, you must understand what it makes it tick, but also what are its fears. And the greatest fear of your lizard brain isn't death, it's social exile. You see, back in the cave days, if the tribe kicked you out, you were basically a snack for the first saber-toothed tiger that found you. Isolation meant certain death. As a result, your lizard brain is constantly monitoring your status within the tribe, and it's terrified of looking like a loser in front of others.
Oh my god! Did you see that? The neighbor didn't wave back. Oh no, that's it, we're outcasts.
Most people let this social fear paralyze them. They don't post a video or don't start a business because they're afraid of being judged and ridiculed. But you can flip this weakness to your advantage and use your inner lizard social survival terror as a tool to crush procrastination. It's called social stake setting, and this is how it works. When I have a project I'm procrastinating on, I don't just put it in my calendar or try harder. I make a public commitment. I tell 3 people I deeply respect, Look, if I don't send you a draft of this by Friday at 5 p.m., I'm an idiot and I owe you $50. And man, it works. Because by putting your reputation and your wallet on the line, you move the task from the optional category in your logical brain to the survival category in your lizard brain. You align priorities and your brain suddenly stops looking for excuses and starts looking for solutions because finishing the work is now a matter of life and death. In conclusion, yes, your lizard brain is loud, easily frightened, and lazy by default, but all those instincts can be harnessed, redirected, and transformed to serve your goals. Do it, and your life will never be the same. So, which of these 5 strategies will you start using today? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, you're gonna love the next one. So come on!
Hit subscribe!
Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon here, as always, in Chinchilla.